Hi there everybody, it's so good to be able to have this opportunity to share this devotion with you today. So I'm going to tell you something about me that you might not know. I love musicals, so does Amanda, my wife, and we've seen quite a few of them at the theatre and quite a lot on film too. And I was reminded of one musical on film that caused quite a stir in the Christian community when it opened on the 17th of May 1971. It was called Godspell. Now the musical is structured as a series of parables, primarily based on the Gospel of Matthew, but set in contemporary New York City. Well, 1970s New York with flares and flowery shirts. The most famous song in the musical was probably the song Day by Day. And the chorus of the song went like this: day by day, oh dear Lord, three things I pray: to see you more clearly, love you more dearly, follow you more nearly, day by day. Some of you are probably humming it now as I'm mentioning it. Now, it wasn't until sometime after hearing that I discovered the true origin of those words. They are in fact the words of a prayer, a very old prayer. They were prayed by a man named Richard of Chichester on his deathbed in 1253. Richard was Bishop of Chichester and regarded highly by those he served. He was eventually canonised by Pope Urban IV in 1262, made a saint, and to this day is remembered on the Feast of St. Richard, which is celebrated in the Anglican Church on April the 3rd. Now, beyond all those details about the man is actually a sincere and a deeply godly prayer. His actual words were these: "Thanks be to you, my Lord, Jesus Christ, for all the benefits that you have given me, for all the pains and insults you have borne for me. O most merciful Redeemer, friend and brother, may I know you more clearly, love you more dearly, and follow you more nearly." And that prayer by Richard of Chichester reminds me of a verse in one of the more obscure and challenging books of the Bible. That's the book of Lamentations. Most people think that Jeremiah is the author of that particular book. And if it is, he writes a series of poems that are mourning over the destruction of the city of Jerusalem and the state of the nation at that time. But right in the middle of these sorrowful laments is an absolute gem of a verse that has encouraged so many people, including me, maybe even you, over the years. In Lamentations 3, verse 22 and 23, we read these words: "Because of the Lord's great love, we're not consumed. For his compassions never fail. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness." I love how the Message translation puts it. It says this: "God's loyal love couldn't have run out. His merciful love couldn't have dried up. They're created new every morning. How great your faithfulness." You see, many of us don't have a problem with zeal, but we probably have a problem with faithfulness. We love God, and on many occasions we're passionate and zealous about God and his amazing goodness to us. However, we find that these moments can sometimes be punctuated with times of indifference and sometimes even difficulty. And there are Christians who find that their faith can be fickle and variable and fluctuating, and that's where this prayer may be able to help us. Just a few weeks ago, Leon encouraged us to start each day with Jesus and not necessarily with the news. And maybe you could pray this prayer each day as you wake up: "Lord Jesus, may I know you more clearly, love you more dearly, and follow you more nearly, today and every new day." You see, God is committed to us each new day. In Zephaniah 3 and verse 5, we read these words: "Morning by morning he dispenses his justice, and every new day he does not fail." So I suppose the hallmark of real discipleship is to desire to be equally committed to walking with God each new day. Consistent, faithful, growing, learning, developing each day. So my prayer for you today is that you will discover the focus to see and know Jesus clearly, the fervour to love Jesus dearly, and the faithfulness to follow Jesus nearly. God bless you.